Hey y'all, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. My name's Stephanie. Today I'm going to show you how I made this super cute red, white, and blue popsicle door hanger out of a noodle kickboard from Dollar Tree. First, to make the popsicle portion of the door hanger, I took one of the noodle kickboards from Dollar Tree and used my ruler to draw a straight line across the bottom of the kickboard so that it would be even all the way across. Then I cut off the excess with a pair of scissors. The foam is fairly easy to cut with scissors, but you could use the utility knife as well if you wanted to. Next, I took a black permanent marker and drew a W up in the upper right corner of the kickboard to make it look like the popsicle has had a bite taken out of it, and then I cut it out with a pair of scissors. I want to thank each and every one of my subscribers for all the love and support. Y'all guys mean the world to me, and I really can't thank y'all enough for being here with me on this journey. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? Click that little red button and stick around for a while. There's lots of fun projects on the way. Also, if y'all are interested, y'all can follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description box down below. Once I had the bite cut out, I then took a marker and drew a couple of wavy lines where I wanted the colors to be separated on the popsicle. Y'all see here that I kind of messed up on the lines and then ended up going back in and fixing it before I painted. I used Waverly chalk paint in the color Ocean to paint the top portion of the popsicle. I only needed one coat of paint to fully cover the blue of the kickboard. I made sure to paint both sides and the very top and inside of the bite mark. Then, for the middle of the popsicle, I first used Waverly chalk paint in the color Ivory and ended up not liking the off-white color, so I ended up giving the middle section 2 additional coats of Waverly chalk paint in the color White. For the bottom section of the popsicle, I used Waverly chalk paint in the color Crimson and gave it 2 good coats, making sure to get the very bottom of the kickboard as well. Next, I took 6 different sized wooden stars that I picked up in a large pack from Hobby Lobby and gave them 1 good coat of the Waverly chalk paint in the color White. Once the popsicle was completely dry, I gave it a couple of coats of Mod Podge Gloss clear acrylic sealer to protect the paint from cracking and chipping. Then I took one of the metal welcome words that I got from one of the fall word packs at Dollar Tree and gave it 1 good coat of Rust-Oleum spray paint in the color Oil Rub Bronze. To make the stick for the popsicle, I took one of the 5-gallon stir sticks that I picked up from Lowe's and decided how long I wanted the stick to be. Then I marked it and cut it to size. Once I had the popsicle stick cut to size, I took some Krylon antiquing wax in the color Dark Vintage and stained both sides of the stick, making sure to get the ends and sides. Here y'all are going to see that I did end up going in and painting the back of the popsicle with a matte black acrylic paint. I didn't film this, but that's what I did to give it a finished look. After everything was completely dry, it was time to assemble the popsicle. I started by laying out the 6 stars how I wanted them on the blue section and used my hot glue gun on the low temperature setting to glue them in place. Next, I took the word welcome and hot glued it in the center of the white section of the popsicle. Since the kickboard is wavy, it took some time and lots of little dabs of hot glue to fully adhere the word to the foam. While doing this, there was a couple of areas where it messed up the paint, so once I had the word in place, I went in with a small brush and some more of the Waverly white chalk paint and touched up any areas that needed to be fixed. Then, using the same small brush, I dry brushed welcome with some of the white chalk paint to help it blend in a little more. To attach the stick to the popsicle, I turned the kickboard over and used a generous amount of hot glue to glue the stick in the center and held it in place until the glue was set up. Then I went back in and reinforced the sides of the stick with more hot glue. I did all of this with my glue gun on the low temperature setting. Then to create a hanger for this piece, I took some jute twine from Dollar Tree and measured it out to be the length of the back of the popsicle. I then tied knots on each end and used a generous amount of hot glue to hold it in place. This piece is super light, so I'm pretty confident in the hot glue holding just fine, but you could definitely use a more heavy-duty adhesive if you wanted. To finish up this door hanger, I took this gorgeous burlap bow that I picked up at Walmart and played around with the placement on the lower right side until I was happy with the way it looked. And then I used a generous amount of hot glue and held it in place until the glue set up. Now this bow is huge, so I did end up going back in and tacking the red burlap loops down to the foam and the stick with some hot glue so that you could be able to read the word welcome. Then to finish it off, I cut the tails of the bow just a little bit shorter so they would look a little more proportionate to the popsicle stick. And that was it, y'all. It's super quick and super easy. The longest part was waiting for the paint to dry. I absolutely love how this popsicle turned out, and I think it is so fun and festive. I have it hanging out on my front door. Let me know what y'all think about this one in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, give it a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. And be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see y'all next time.